Welcome back to the Curious Yapper. I'm Madison, your host and favorite yapper. This will be a quick episode. I feel like I'm on another mental decline, which is unfortunate because it was okay for a little bit. So here we are. We're doing our best. And today at work, I was just trying to avoid crying because that's how my emotions channel when I am overwhelmed. So currently overwhelmed. Last Monday though, all I have that I remember is that Evan made dinner. So that was nice for him to take over that mental load. Don't even remember what we had. Maybe it was chicken wraps. Not really sure. But let me be a squirrel and show you from a couple weeks ago when I went and painted candles with the friends. This one was my first one. It has different details on it and lots of color. Then after that, I wanted to make one with flowers. So I made this with fun rainbow flowers. And then I wanted to make one for Valentine's like this. And then I realized that I needed each of my candle sets to have a pair. So this one was a white base, it needed a rainbow. This one's a purple lavender base, it needed a friend. And then that's a Valentine one. So my rainbow friend, this was the last one I did. I just dipped the candle in paint. So that was fun. So these are my two pair. Then I made just this one with dots as the pair for this. And then that was so easy that I said, let me do it also for Valentine's. So these are my pairs. So I made 6 candles and that was fun. That's happy. Yay. Tuesday last week, I did a lunch with work colleagues. So that was fun to get a chat with them in a non-formal setting. I enjoy those people. Got to do that for lunch. Then after work, there was a happy hour and got to chat with some of the team and learn different things about them. One person on the team exposed that they eat a lot of frozen food for dinner. And I said, I feel that so deeply because it's a full-time job trying to take care of yourself and adult. So Trader Joe's is my lifeline. And that was spurred because of the happy hour. Then last Wednesday was therapy, really good. Couldn't be better timed. I go through seasons where I think, wow, I don't have a lot to chat about at therapy. I probably will decrease my frequency. And then life says, Madison, that's really funny, and then throws me into the deep end. And then weeks like this one, I wish I was going weekly. So that is what it is. Thursday was a long day as well. So when I got home, I told Evan, I worked from home that day. And after work, because it was lengthy, I told Evan that I need to go on a walk. So I went on a walk, and while I was on the walk, my sister FaceTimed me. So when I got back home, I grabbed my phone and was able to FaceTime. Got to see my sister, her daughter, and her husband, and my nephew pup. I don't know if there's a fun way to say that. And she had just gotten a swing set in their backyard. Big deal. And it was fun to watch her ask to sit in the swing, and then she didn't want to be pushed by herself. But then she would do it with her mom or with her dad. So that was interesting and fun to see her excitement for her new thing in her backyard. Friday was another challenging work day, but we did get Costco pizza for lunch and Costco cookies. By the way, I think I shared, yes, when Evan and I went on a trip last week, I got the Costco cookie and then the frozen yogurt and made myself a little dip with the cookie. So good. The Costco cookies are pretty good, especially if they're still warm when you get them. So recommend for sure. So that was Friday. And then when I got home, barely a shell of myself walking in, Evan was very sweet and had flowers for me. I love rainbow flowers. Go figure, since I like all the color all around me. This is funny too. All the color. So Evan got me flowers and a sweet treat, so that was really nice. And then we did not have brain cells for dinner, so we got Taco Bell. That was also yummy. The next day, Saturday, I slept in. I was pretty much wiped out from the week. And then we went to a local park to do stairs. And I was experiencing more of a struggle than I thought at the beginning. Even at the beginning, I could feel it in my muscles and my legs. And I don't remember it coming on that fast. So that was a whirlwind, and I was so sore. I ended up doing 7 sets, which is my max. It was slow and steady. I was listening to an audiobook or a podcast, switching out between the two, and I did it. So sore. I'm still sore today. That was Saturday. So Sunday, 2 days after, to the touch, my calves are sore. So perhaps I did too much, or I'm not really sure. I haven't done stairs since, so I guess I'm recovering. Anyways, that was Saturday. Then when I got home, I walked to the library and returned a book that I had finished, and then decided to check out a book. I don't know if I'll actually end up reading the book I checked out. I just felt like checking out a book. And I don't have to finish all the books I check out. I'm going to alleviate that pressure from me. I am very driven by trying to hit my reading goal this year. I think I said 50 books, and that's cool and dandy. And I'm allowed to not finish a book. I shouldn't just finish a book and spend a couple more hours reading a book just so I can cross it off the list. That doesn't really feel like the right motive. So I'm allowed to check out a book from the library. I don't have to finish it, and I don't have to read it. That's allowed. No one's gonna come get me. After that, I did start the 3rd book of Fourth Wing, so Onyx Storm. That's the fantasy series, and oddly enough, on Saturday, I kept getting sleepy and kind of dozing, so I didn't get very far. And again, I don't have to finish books really fast. I'm saying that out loud for myself. I don't have to be super speedy. It's okay to take time reading. It's okay not to crush all these reading goals. After that, Evan saw a TikTok that had some fruit storage, and he said, we should go find a fruit basket. So went to Target, no luck there. Went to Walmart, not really luck there. And kind of is what it is. Also that day we got a Chick-fil-A feast, got a sandwich. We got the 30 count nuggets. We had leftovers. I didn't think we would, but we did. And that was Saturday. I don't remember when I went to bed. Then yesterday, Evan made us burritos. He joined me on one of the meetup groups that I went to because they were walking at the local lake. And so I said, hey, this is a perfect way to meet people. And it was fun and also different. He was chatting with some people I wasn't at the beginning. You meet all kinds of different personalities, and I did thank him for joining me and doing something outside of his comfort zone. And then we got home. I was sleepy, kind of dozed off while we were watching the podcast we usually like to do. Also attempted to read again. Unfortunately, last night I was getting stressed about what I needed to accomplish this week. I haven't really gotten Sunday scaries, that's what people call it, when you're nervous for the work week. Hadn't really gotten that in a while, so I had those. Didn't sleep that well, and then woke up sweating this morning. I don't know if it was just because it was hotter in our home than normal. Don't really know. Anyways, that's my update. That's all I got. Thanks for the Yap Sesh Yappers. I hope you do your best. That's all we can do. Bye.